Climbed across 3 countries, but I caught her customs. Agents surrounded me the second my shoes hit the jet bridge in Milan. Marissa Benton, come with us. No explanation, no hesitation. They dragged me into this windowless interrogation box that smelled like panic and old carpet glue. They tore through my luggage twice, then a third time after claiming they received a tip. A tip about me, a flight attendant of 11 years, smuggling prescription drugs on international routes. I laughed at first, thinking it had to be some mix-up, but the lead agent slid a file across the metal table and suddenly everything felt sharp. Photos of pill bottles, oxycodone, clonazepam, unmarked capsules, laid out on hotel desks in Madrid, Seoul, and Dubai. All rooms I'd stayed in, all in the last 8 weeks. I told them I'd never smuggled anything in my life. I told them those routes were standard long-haul rotations everyone flew. Didn't matter. My airline was notified, my record flagged, my reputation already bleeding out somewhere I couldn't reach. 6 hours later, they released me, but the damage was already rolling downhill. The next morning, my supervisor at Sky Vista called me into her office. Her face was already set like she'd practiced the expression in a mirror. You're grounded pending investigation. We can't risk the optics. Optics. As if my career, my livelihood, my father's medical bills were just window dressing. I gave her my badge with hands that wouldn't stop shaking and walked out in a stunned haze. Within days, every crew member knew. Word spreads inside airline culture faster than turbulence. People who once begged to swap flights with me now wouldn't meet my eyes. My roommate, also crew, told me she was uncomfortable and asked me to move out. Then came the call from my father in his senior facility. Someone had told him I was a drug smuggler. He cried so hard he couldn't get the words out. That call cracked something inside me I didn't know could still break. I decided if no one would clear my name, I'd clear it myself. The customs tips had come from encrypted, anonymous emails sent to 3 different agencies. Untraceable. But the pill bottles in the photos, they weren't anonymous. Same handwriting on the prescription labels, same identical pharmacy stickers, same deliberate slant in the pen strokes. I recognized it instantly. Elena Mercer, senior attendant, 15 years with the airline. We'd butted heads for ages, and 6 months ago she'd applied for a regional supervisor position. I sat on the 3-person panel that rejected her. Afterward, she cornered me in the crew lounge and hissed, "You ruined my future. You'll regret this." I chalked it up to frustration. Turns out it was a warning. I pulled her flight schedules and compared them to mine. My skin went cold. She'd been on every route where pills were later found. Sometimes checking into the same hotel one night before me. Sometimes one night after. Always within reach of my future room. Always with opportunity. I contacted security at the Seoul hotel first, then Dubai. I asked for hallway footage. The managers weren't obligated to help, but after hearing the situation, they did. There she was, entering my room with a key card she had no reason to possess. 3 minutes in, leaves with nothing. Same pattern in all 3 countries. In Madrid, she actually switched rooms midway through her stay. First the one meant for me, then another. Like she was spreading breadcrumbs for investigators. I compiled everything. Flight logs, timestamps, video stills, her documented rejection from the supervisor role, her confrontation with me, the consistent handwriting on the fake prescription labels. I walked it straight to customs. I know who planted the pills, I told them, and I have proof. They raided Elena's apartment. Inside, pill bottles matching the photographed ones, printouts of my schedules, a notebook with dates circled, my dates, even drafts of the anonymous emails she'd sent to international agencies. The case snapped shut before she could even deny it. I watched her interrogation via video feed, stone-faced, jaw-locked, like she still thought she could bluff her way out. The agent laid out the hotel footage. You entered Ms. Benton's rooms on 3 separate occasions. You left substances later reported as evidence against her. Elena didn't flinch until they said the words, federal charges. Then something in her cracked sideways. She destroyed my promotion, she said quietly, staring straight into the camera, straight at me. I returned the favor, a confession, on record, delivered like it was justice. The investigation widened. 2 more attendants came forward, people she'd sabotaged in smaller ways for years. My airline reinstated me with full back pay and a formal apology that sounded polished but not nearly apologetic enough. My father called again, voice bright and relieved. He said someone had explained everything to him.